So I finally got a chance to see Clown in a Cornfield, and I haven't read the book that it's based on, but I've heard good things about it. And going from the title itself, it's exactly what I expected. I had a fun time. It was everything that I pretty much knew from the title going into it, and I gotta admit, this was also one that kind of surprised me because it was one that was able to not only start out as your typical slasher film, but as it gets later on in the second half, it starts to get into some really crazy stuff that I actually was really, having a blast with, and it has a lot of great fun kills. It actually has characters in this that start out as kind of ones that I wasn't really too sure about, other than the main girl. But as it goes along, I was starting to really enjoy the ride and attach to the characters, and it was kind of remind me of like how I felt with Hellfest from a few years ago, in that there were characters that actually had to grow on me as the movie goes along. And I did enjoy some of the twists and turns the movie does fall into place, and I can definitely say that the small setting really gives you that kind of vibe, because it's in like this kind of Missouri type of setting, or whatever, and it's everything that I wanted to see out of it. And on top of that, I got to appreciate the way that the movie also blends a lot of good humor in this, because there's actually some really funny stuff that, while it is, a slasher film, it still blends a good deal of comedy into it in a good way. And now, if I do have any kind of cons, I will have to say that the movie does kind of fall back with some typical cliche stuff that you see in other slasher films, and dumb choices that characters get themselves into, whether it's, well, just leaving a gun somewhere, or, not checking for, like, under the mask and things like that. But it's what you kind of expect, but it didn't really hold the movie back for anything. And there was also some kind of loose ends near the end. I did kind of wonder what they were kind of, aiming for. And there's a better way they probably could have revealed some of the twists the motivation behind the killings and stuff. Because I felt like it was pretty rushed and everything. So this is one that I still had a good time with, and I'm actually curious how the book is, because I've actually heard some good things about it. And so with that, I'm going to give it a compelling grade on the Film Freaks meter.